What's up, friends? Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Grind. That's right, Empress Dannie here, pouring you up a nice hot cup of joe. Want to get your day off to a bright and beautiful start. Let's check in for today's messages, okay? Um, I feel like there's something that you are reading more deeply into. You know, sometimes that can be two ways, right? Sometimes it's like you're reading way too deep into that, right? It's not that deep. Sometimes it is that deep. Um, Personally, what I see these things as are parallel existences that you're tapping into, that you're being given insight into what could be like different outcomes based on choices in those parallel existences. So if you consider that, um, you could be seeing something, deeper, as in like better than what it is because of a parallel reality. And you can see the outcome of maybe it is a choice in a certain direction based on uh, that vision, or obviously that could be something worse, something that is concerning. And because you can see that outcome in a parallel existence, excuse me, you may be taking something um, far more seriously than what someone else is who maybe doesn't have insight to that, right? Um, Two songs, okay? The first song that I heard is Lil Wayne, Mrs. Officer, Mrs. Officer. And the part that I heard him say was, fell in love with the lady cop, okay? So I'm not really sure, obviously, what that means, but there could be some significance around that. Obviously, a cop, an officer officiates, right? Responsible for usually officially overseeing and enforcing some sort of process, policy, rule, things like that. The second song that I heard was I want to say Ja Rule and Ashanti, and these names could be significant. Go ahead and put it on me, on me. What's love got to do with it, babe? What's love? It's about us, it's about us, babe. So there could be, that's interesting because I guess it brings up the priority of love in a situation, over other aspects of relationship like trust, right? Which usually like dig deeper into friendship. So there could be something surrounding that. Anyway, let's jump into cards. And I don't know why I feel like, sometimes this can be like um, this energy of like seeing deeper into something, right? This can even be like physically in your body, like something is pulling on you, pulling on your energy, eating at you, right? This could be in a business transaction or career or on the job. Like, no, this is really getting to me in some way. You could see deeper into it, and it may be getting to you because there's something about it perhaps that is of concern. Sometimes that can be like, this really needs your attention, because there's, I don't know, I just feel like it maybe it's something perhaps that needs to be handled or managed, okay? Yeah, because I hear Ja Rule now saying, well, we share something so rare. So if you think this could be like rare, it's a rare condition this day and age. But it feels like it could be, obviously health wise, that could be a rare condition. This could be like a rare situation. Again, though, doesn't have to be bad. Could be like, oh, this was literally. I don't know. Y'all know I don't normally be in these messages like yawning like this. Maybe today is like a yawn day. That's like, I don't know. Yet here we are. Take it for what it is, right? We still get you a hot cup nonetheless. The elk card is the animal card that came out. And, this is, I don't know why I'm kind of feeling like, you know, elk energy is, yes, it's somewhat slow paced, but it's methodical. Um, it is particular. I can't lie, I'm kind of picking up the energy, and this could be significant. I'm picking up the energy of an old man, okay? Like I ain't gonna lie, I'm picking up the energy of like an old black man, right? And when I say that, I'm talking about, one who's got some life experience on him. He's not really moving super fast. Um, Maybe perceived as being a little bit set in his ways, um, likely somewhat of a sedentary creature, but he knows the pace that is right for him. And something makes me feel like that could be at play in your situation. This is almost like, if I try to push it, I could, you know, I'm gonna have to heal, right? That could break me, and this could be like financially, right? Trying to do something because a second card fell out. Yeah, we've been heavy on Panther energy, but sometimes this is kind of like when you're protective of, I don't know, something feels like pace. I also just heard space, so you could be protective of like this could be like your work, right? It gives like your kids, right? I'm taking my time. I'm raising right. Excuse me. This could be like a project that you're, and it's like, no, if I rush this project, like it could literally ruin everything. I'm not rushing this. Like it's just like greatness takes time, energy. That's honestly what I feel. But it just gives like in that in this making or breaking energy, um, something makes me feel like because you are consistent in some way, um, it feels as though how many things your hands are in is not apparent. It's like it's not. That's the thing. It's like when you're consistent, people don't necessarily see all the things that you do all the time, how busy it keeps you. And I do feel like for some of you, I don't know why I'm picking up, this may not even be like an encounter or a altercation, if you will, with another person. This could be like, I literally just heard your body screaming at you. But it could be something like that. This could be like your, I don't know why it's giving like your higher self talking to you about, oh, I'm getting like slow and steady, easy does it. Something about progress. We have the lady and the hunter. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. Track down your fears and desires. Um, I don't know why. Something makes me feel, speaking of old man, right? Look who's at the bottom of the deck, the sage. Um, this really makes me feel like in some area of life, all you have to do is like, it feels like be consistent, right? Like, this is kind of like you don't have to do a whole bunch of work. You really just have to, what feels like, be tuned in to the voice of spirit and continue to develop the voice of spirit. And spirit will point out to you. I don't know why it's given like consistently. Spirit will consistently point out to you, identify, or dictate like where, when, how evolution is needed. So I don't know, this feels like it has something to do with like with work. And this can be in a relationship or anything, but spirit is showing you like this is kind of like there could be an aspect of this that's like what to eat, like giving you wisdom to know what to eat, to know, like, I don't know why it just kind of feel like yo every step is ordered. That's honestly what it feels like. This is kind of like, I don't know, for me, Panther is really giving like this is more spiritual. This is not you. This is spirit that has your back in any given situation. So spirit is showing teeth while you're just kind of like in this helpless, and not helpless, but this, you know, this consistent old man energy. But it's like, I don't know why I'm getting like, leave that old man alone, right? I don't know, some of you, you could have like a guy that's an older man and you may be like heavily exhibiting that energy right now. It's kind of what this feels like. But this feels like, I don't know why I'm getting like a very protective energy that doesn't feel like it's you, just to be quite honest. Granted, you could take this on. So in some way, I don't know why I'm kind of getting like, get off my back, right? The gift is here. This is like I don't know, some of y'all could be getting some sort of package today. You could be getting like some sort of gift. Someone could be showing up. That could be like where spirit is coming in, where the panther is coming in, and it's like, again, giving you something that's, there's something of that nature that I feel is coming through. And it feels almost like you've been doing your job, and this is like you deserve what feels like to grow or to be taken care of, and to not have to like what feels like do all this work, which could be like busy work, or um it really kind of gives like something like you don't you this is like you smart enough, you're good enough, or experienced enough that you shouldn't have to what feels like break yourself down. The only thing that you should have to do is be consistent, and on the other side of like what feels like being consistent, being methodical for sure. Look at this, unexpected income. Okay, I literally just heard keys, so that could resonate for some of you. I do see mature woman at the bottom of the deck. Something unexpected income. Um, it feels like something is being placed in your hands, and you're going to know why. This makes me feel like, yeah, now I hear Mary, Mary, go get it, go get your blessing. It's your time. It's your time. Something makes me feel like you're going to understand why this is happening. Unexpected income. I don't know why. Something makes me feel like in whatever this is, you've already put in the work. You've already put in the work. you've already been like, I don't know why it's giving like, I just heard loyal, but I feel like you've already been, this is like you've already proven yourself. And like in a sense, like we old enough to know, right? This is kind of like I've been at this job long enough for y'all to know, like I definitely pull my share of the weight. I do plenty of work. You know, this is like that type of, but that's why I feel like that Panther adds a little bit of bite on there. That's kind of like don't go there with me because we already know, right? Like I don't know why I'm getting the straight shooter energy. This kind of like I don't it, but elk is giving like track record, history. I spin plates type of energy. That's like, I've definitely like always, and but this I don't know why it kind of feels like, um, I don't know. I get like this energy of like a go getter, but it feels like the magnetism of a go getter is changing to being in a period of life that's like going after to all of those experiences giving you a significant level of like comprehension is what I'm getting, that realizes like I don't have to work that hard, I don't have to do all of that, I don't need all of that busy, um, I don't need to do that much work, but it feels more like something is acute, where it's like I just need to what feels like be on target or on point, which is like line up my shot and just take care of the things that I'm supposed to take care of is what it feels. And yeah, the gift card is back here. Okay. So it's almost like all I have to do is show up consistently. And if I show up consistently, then I don't really have to go after it. I don't really have to do all of that. I'm going to get what feels like what I'm supposed to get or what I'm anticipating receiving. Okay. I do feel like something's coming to you, something that you're maybe not anticipating. Okay. Uh, this says you're ready for more. And as you can see, like she is embracing a flower, the fact that she's unfolding. And that's what I feel. Again, with that elk, it's almost like it's again embracing like there's a time of life perhaps to do all of that, to maybe it is kind of like be involved in everything or to be busy, but there's a time of life that you evolve into where you're ready for more. I think about like in business, right? When you step into leadership, you obviously you're ready for more, whether you manage people processes, you usually have more on your plate, but it also means that you have to get things off of your plate. You have to delegate when it comes to the big. You can't be involved in everything because of the fact that you have to oversee everything. And so similarly in life, or like, it could be like a relationship taking it to the next level. Well, if here I am, maybe it is dating Tom, Dick, Harry, Sally, and Sue, right? If I'm ready for more in a particular relationship, then in order for me to be able to successfully achieve more in a certain relationship, well, I'm going to have to, I can't be dealing with everybody and everything. I'm going to have to manage or handle Tom, Dick, Harry, Sally, and Susie, so that I can be consistent in the direction where I'm ready for more and I have a desire to see growth. Okay. I do feel maybe an energy of Archangel Raphael at play today. This could be like healing your perspective. So I feel like be open to that because, again, sometimes when I talk about like seeing more deeply, this could be like a relationship where someone is committed to you, where maybe perhaps they are busy. Maybe in a sense, they're in a time of life where they're having to like go get it, get after it, if you will. Maybe they have a lot on their plate to handle or to deal with. Um, and you could be in a position where sometimes you'll read into that. So this could be where spirit is saying, you're ready for more, you're unfolding, you're blossoming. It would usually would indicate a mirroring, perhaps that they are too, but it could definitely speak to you um, to just take it at pace, right? Um, in career, like I said, obviously this could go either way, but it just feels like something is coming in today, um, be it unanticipated for you or unanticipated for another, information or otherwise, that is demonstrating, I feel, your capabilities. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make the changes you have been contemplating. Okay. So I do feel like I feel the energy of like you're blessed in this particular season. You're blessed. I don't know. It kind of feels like a busy season, but a busy season where you don't really have, all you have to do is be consistent. All you have to do is show up and it's almost like you're going to get, I just heard the money, so that could resonate. You're going to get what feels like the drop in. You're going to get, this could even be like the gift of someone's presence, right? Um, all you have to do is like I said, I'm getting something having to do with like regularity, right? Which is kind of giving like right on schedule, right on time. All you have to do is be consistent. You're ready for more. Could certainly be like, to whom much is given, much is required. So you could be in a position where, again, you've been very busy, you've been giving a lot, that's what it feels like. Somebody's been giving like a lot. Like I feel an energy of like big gift energy. Like you've been showing up either often, consistently, continuously, or this is like, generosity in the number of ways that it manifests. But this is kind of like, it's like your generosity those were seeds of growth. And so it's almost like there's something that I feel like is coming in today. You weren't expecting. I feel like when you just gave freely, because this is like you're mature spiritually to understand. When I get the energy of like good ground, yeah, I'm like literally getting chills all over. um I feel like good ground. So when the harvest is ripe, I can't lie, I feel like this is like, I don't necessarily get spirit is yelling at you, but I feel like you consistently know, like based on certain details, the voice of spirit, I feel you sense as a common thread. And you can pinpoint when it's time for you to give or to be a gift or to make some sort of offering. And I feel like because of the fact that you're consistently doing this, you're always giving. But something makes me feel like you don't always see it from the perspective that it actually is, which I feel spirit is saying or seeing that as you're constantly sowing seeds. You're constantly contributing to, is almost like the value of the planet, because what you're doing is cultivating God's green earth, be it in another person, be it the actual earth, whatever you're doing, you are taking the creator's essence and placing it in whatever that seed it is that you're giving, and then you're just sowing it. And I feel like that's the way, in a simple sense, that God is like wanting you to simply show up, and you're doing this quite regularly often with what feels like these constant seeds being sown, these constant gifts that I feel like other people don't anticipate, but that I do feel are almost like spiritual deposits, um, that indicate the power and the value of your presence. And that's what I feel like you don't know, the value of your presence, the gift of your presence. Confirmation. The gift and the value of your presence literally has a quality about it that I feel is empowering. It handles things that you could not have handled because it's demonstrating of not only your substance, but I just heard the fabric of God. That's it for the Daily Grinds messages. I feel like you, some of you again, work with Archangel Raphael today. I feel it very strong, but I feel like Archangel Raphael, I'm really giving like these miracles are twofold always. So Archangel Raphael is healing something as it pertains to you. Sometimes that's like where, you are given a gift, right? You are given a resource, you are shown some sort of love. Sometimes that's where on the other side, this is through showing up for giving a gift, being a gift to someone else, right? And constantly doing that. So that's why I feel this could be someone giving to you a result of you just consistently showing up. It's almost like bringing the substance, bringing the good stuff is what it feels like. Being on it, on point. Really, I don't know why I kind of feel like making someone's day, really making the day or making it happen, handling business is what it feels like. And using what feels like wisdom, just having the wisdom um, to know what that's going to look like is what it feels. Let's go over to Patreon. Link is in the description box below. We'll get the extended messages there. I love you and I hope you have a great day ahead. Bye for now.